Hey guys, it's Jan here with healthadjacent.com, and today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. This one is going to be lovingly entitled Makeup for Days When I Look and Feel Like Crap. And if you're living with a chronic illness, or if you just happen to have an illness like a cold or the flu or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it makes you, I don't know, it makes me feel worse when I look at myself and I see how bad I look. I wrote a post about it over at healthadjacent.com. I'll link to that in the box below, but for now we're going to get started. The first thing that I must do is NYX Pore Filler. And the reason that I must do this first is because if I don't, by the end of the day, I'm going to have all kinds of foundation-y stuff in my pores, and it looks, I don't know, it looks bad. It just looks gross, actually. It sort of recedes from around the rest of your face and lands right in your pores. I'm using my favorite eye base. This one is the NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. It's important to use an eye base for me all the time because my eye makeup moves around on my eyelid, which I guess means that I have greasy eyelids. However, this one has two purposes in that it also covers up redness and kind of deflects away from the fact that my eyes are swollen and poopy looking right now. I did one of my very first videos for my YouTube channel was on how to conceal redness in your face, and I will include that, a link to that, in the down box below. I'm going to stick with some really neutral shades. I'm using the NYX Caviar and Bubbles palette, which has a lot of great neutral colors. If you've never used it, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite go-to palettes. And I'm just going to get a, I don't know, smallish fluffy brush. And I'm going, there's a taupe shade right here that has a gray-brown undertones, which will be good given the generalized state of redness in my eye area. So I'm going to use that as a base coat. And yeah, just gonna put it around all around my eye. Not around it. That makes it sound like there's gonna be a clown circle when we're done, but there will not be. I don't know what a clown circle is. By the way, I don't think I've said this on this channel before, but I am afraid of clowns. If you are a clown, do not contact me. And I'm pretty much putting this all the way across and not quite up. Here's my brow bone, so not up that far. What I'll be using in my brow bone is there's a white shade in this palette, this one right here, and it is white. There's no two ways about it, so it's gonna look a little extreme here for a minute, and then later we're gonna blend it. But I find that this, in addition to being very distracting while I'm putting it on, is also helpful for lifting the eye up. Let's just do a little bit of blending right now because I can't stand to look at myself like that. Alright, so we're just blending those two things together. There we go. Better already. Very natural, very neutral. Now I'm going to go with a cool brown crease color from this same palette. I'm using this kind of broke down lame ass Estee Lauder brush that I literally have used so long it hurts to continue using it as my crease brush, but apparently I'm not ready to give it up. I'm just gonna put that right here, and I like to make the it's like a C, and if a C and a V had a baby, that would be what I'm doing right now to my eye. It's not the time to try and put too much eye makeup on. You're just gonna look like bad drag. Okay, now we're gonna blend it in. By the way, this, I haven't mentioned this, but this is a Samantha Chapman Real Techniques blending brush, I think is what it is. It came in a set of travel brushes, but I really like it. Alright, so we have a little bit of a contour right there. Looking better already. There is, in this same palette, there's a gold sparkly color. Just a little sparkle. Right there. Right there. I don't like to put too much sparkle in here because it kind of highlights the fact that I'm getting older lady eyes. Don't ever say that to me. I can only say that to myself. Okay. My eyes need definition, but I am not trying to do some kind of crazy winged eyeliner. There's a very dark brown. Yeah, I mean, it's dark brown, it's not black. And I'm going to apply it right near my eyelashes. And I'm not trying to be neat. I just want to thicken this area right here and give it a little bit of shadow, a little bit of depth. Now I'm just going to blend it. And essentially, I'm blending it so that it just doesn't look like a neat line. Do the same thing to the other eye. Now, I'm going to possibly apply my first coat of mascara. I'm using the Fibro Lash Extend that I talked about in my mascara review video. Okay, there's one coat of my mascara. Gonna move on to the face. I'm gonna be using Boots Highlights Illuminating Lotion, Boots number 7. I think I got this at Target. It looks pink in the bottle, but it's actually fairly neutrally champagne-y color. And I'm going to combine that on my hand with a couple of pumps of Dior Skin Nude. This is number 22. Real Technique stippling brush. And I'm going to go to town. It's important the base is probably the most important part of this whole situation. If you get too much on, you're going to look too cakey, and that's going to make the situation worse, because if you're not feeling well, you're probably dehydrated to some degree, and that ain't pretty. So do make sure that you use a good moisturizer before you put your foundation on. And then work it in. Use a little bit of a highlighting product, or even use a little bit of lotion on your hand. So red. I am so red. A little bit of lotion on your hand and blend that in with your base. It just makes it go on more smoothly, and it gives her kind of a softer texture. Yeah. Neck always looks bad for me. I am now going to use it's a dual combination of Boing and Lemonaid by Benefit. Apparently Lemonaid is an eye foundation, a yellow eye foundation, but that's not how I use it. Boing is a concealer. I actually use these two things together, and I just take my brush and I kind of poke it in both of them and back and forth. And I use that, and I just kind of use that to supplement places where I feel like my foundation hasn't gotten rid of what am I saying? Hasn't gotten rid of the redness or covered up as much. See the difference? A lot of difference. A lot. I don't actually like this as like an under eye concealer. The Boing. It's too cakey and creamy for me. But when it's used in conjunction with this Lemonaid business, I love it. I realize that's not what it's for, but I love it. So, plus the yellow adds a nice highlight down the center of my face. Look. It's magic! Alright, now we're going to move on to another little bit of magic that I like to call cream blush. Oops, cream blush. This is NYX's cream blush. And this is how I like to apply it. I also don't like to apply it right up at the top of my cheekbone because I feel like my face is just a little too round for that, so I do a little bit down. And then I use some highlighter right in there. You do not want to have a little stripe going, however. See here? See here, girls. Or guys. The thing about cream blush that you need to know is that it always, or at least for me, it always looks darker when I put it on. And then I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just kind of give it a little blend with what's left on my end here. Now we must apply, you may never skip this, under eye concealer. This is Clinique Fantastically Correcting Magnificence. No, it's called Advanced Concealer. Hey, do you like how I put it up here? That's kind of sexy, isn't it? I'll fix that in a minute. Always blend. I get real dark right here, and that's why I was putting it there to begin with. Always blend it in. Blend and pat. Blend and pat. Has a nice little highlighting effect, too. I do like to kind of pounce my brush over it though to make sure that it's not too light. The look we're going for is not a reverse set of wings. I'm just going to also swipe a little of the concealer that's left in case the 3 layers of makeup I had on didn't quite cover it. I'm busting out my Milani double duty multitasker face powder. It's not double duty. I like to name products according to whatever I can remember in the moment. This one is a yellow-based powder, which is helpful if you're trying to cover up red. And I might also point out that the eye makeup has a focus on the highlighter. The part that's particularly swollen in my eyes is somewhat hidden by the shadow of the crease color. And that is actually, that was intentional. I'm saying. All right, now you can see that essentially my cheeks are not really cheeky enough. So I'm gonna go to this seriously old school gift with purchase. No, it wasn't a gift with purchase. Well, yeah, it was. No, you had to buy it with a purchase. I don't even know what year this happened. Estee Lauder. Okay, it's got a bronzer in it. And the bronzer does have little sparkles, but they're really pretty insignificant, so I'm not overly worried about that. Just gonna do a little contouring, and then I'm gonna take a little, just to give me a little color there. I'm gonna combine this kind of orangey color and kind of rosy color. There's no reason why these two, I just decided those two would be good. And I'm gonna put it over the top of the cream blush. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do on my face is add a Lou-Manizer. This is Mary Lou-Manizer by the Balm. I'm not gonna add a lot. And I got this in my Birchbox, my first Birchbox. I think it was in October. All right, I'm back. I have my mascara on, and I'm now just going to finish with a NYX lip gloss in Chandelier. It's just a nice pink lip gloss that has a little shimmer to it. Nothing obnoxious. Plus, it smells like candy. I don't know what that is, but it smells so good. Anyway, that is my look for days when I feel like crap. I don't know what's going to happen with my hair. I suspect it will stay in a ponytail today. And yeah, that's that. All right, guys. So if you like, please do so. Please click on the thumbs up and definitely subscribe, and you'll keep getting updates as to how I live my life to the fullest despite any challenges, any challenges that I have with fibromyalgia. And that's all I got. Bye-bye.